going on, YouTube family? I'm out here. I actually get my teeth clean, and actually, just thinking about this particular topic. What's true positivity and negativity? It's kind of one of my pet peeves for people to always talk about. Oh, you need to be positive. You need to be positive. Like that's really not the way the world works, honestly. I understand what people are trying to say when they're saying, hey, you need to be positive. They're just trying to say, hey, you need to be optimistic about your situation. You need to be, excuse this plane. Let's pause for it to kind of fly over and get out of here. But they want you to be optimistic about your situation, right? A lot of times optimism is not always going to be the solution to your problem. Sometimes you got to look at yourself from a more critical standpoint in order to refine yourself, right? You might say, oh, I need to work out more, but look at it from the bright side of, hey, I did 10 push-ups yesterday. That's optimism, in my opinion. And I think that, for certain people that's cool. But for other people, you need a little bit more force applied to your situation. You know what I'm saying? Some of us, have that stagnant energy in us, procrastination energy in us. And so what really brought my attention to this was, I was in a chair, getting my teeth clean. I was going through some pain, some discomfort, right? But at the end of the day, I'm actually becoming more of a healthier person because I'm removing a lot of bacteria, a lot of buildup that's in my mouth that normally with regular brushing, wouldn't do. And also it's been a long time since I actually even been to get my teeth clean. So I had a lot of buildup. So, for me, it seemed those like a negative situation because of the pain I was going through, right? The discomfort I was feeling. But essentially, it's positive, right? But at the end of the day, like it took me going through some negative situations, some negative experiences, or what I would deem as negative or judge as negative, or even understand to get me to this point where I would come up here and even get my teeth clean, right? Especially a person like myself, I'm really on the holistic path. I don't like a lot of chemicals and whatnot put in my body. When you're going through these doctors, this current system in the United States, they're using chemicals everywhere. They're trying to put chemicals in your mouth, putting chemicals in the food. So for me, I try to avoid a lot of that as much as possible because I'm trying to watch what my body consumes. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to let my ambition to be holistic block me from being holistic. You see what I'm saying? Like, I may need to go in and have some of this intervention in order to get to my goal, and it took me actually going through some things and really experiencing some things. And I'm not judging it whether it's positive or negative, but I had to be able to look at myself with a more critical eye in order to get my breakthrough. So, once again, I'm talking about this whole topic of what's positive and what's negative. Well, it's transmission now. What's truly positive and what's truly negative, and why do people try to rule out negativity as though it's bad? It's because they're really judging negativity as evil or bad, or when I look at it as like, I look at negativity, or what the average person describes negativity as like the 7 deadly sins. That's how I look at negativity. I don't even call it negativity myself. I just call that evil. That's in the realm of evil, and evil is in its own lane, really. Evil is not negativity. You got to realize in an energy field, which just the earth is, we are, as human beings, we're energy fields. We're energy beings. So, you think about energy, you think about a battery, right? A battery don't work unless it has a positive and a negative charge. You see what I'm saying? the earth doesn't really properly work if it doesn't, the earth itself, like the ground here, see, it's negatively charged. In the sky, it's positively charged. And they have this relationship going on that brings them together, right? And it actually forms the earth. So the same thing's going on with us. You know, we have a negative charge here, which would be more of our flesh, our body, right? You know, that's what even you go into the Bible, it tells you that don't give in to the temptations of the flesh, right? It's the flesh that tells you to do all these bad things. See, that's the negative charge. You see what I'm saying? They're judging the negative charge, but you wouldn't even be here if it weren't for the negative charge. You see what I'm saying? Because we are a duplication or replication of the earth. We got the same energy field, same makeup. You know what I'm saying? We just don't really see it because we're in these finite bodies, we're in these human bodies experiencing the earth. And that's the only way we truly could experience the earth in its totality, is to be physical, right? So that you know, that's what true negativity is. So don't confuse negativity with evil. You know, evil is ignorance, openly ignorant, even unconsciously. Conscious and unconscious ignorance is still evil, because you are a conscious being that can make itself aware of it, and you got other conscious beings around you to make yourself aware of it. So we have to get our words together. We have to get and we also have to get the meaning of these words together. And I'm not saying I understand this fully, but I did have this epiphany, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to stop trying to say, oh, I don't deal with negative people, which means you don't deal with evil people. Because I deal with negative charge. I'm a negative charge person. I have what you call a lot of Saturn energy. Some people confuse it with satanic energy or demonic energy, but it's neither nor. That's, like I said, that's in its own category. Now, actually, demonic energy is also inside of every human, regardless if you understand this or not. We are made up of both light and dark. You see what I'm saying? We are both known and unknown. So, you know, you go back to the Bible, and he talks about God, and he say, you know, in the book of Good and Evil, I think it was, or only God knows the knowledge of the book of Good and Evil, meaning he does both good and bad. He does both good and evil. You see what I'm saying? Because God is really like a polarity, not a polarity, because good and evil is the polarity, but God is like the constant energy. It'll manifest in either or. You see what I'm saying? I'll give you an example of that. So you see this a lot. So when you have like a natural disaster, like the earth has a big ass earthquake, kill a whole bunch of people. People try to deem that as a bad thing. But did the earth think it was bad? You know what I'm saying? Did the earth make that judgment? Clearly the earth felt like it needed to do this. But we as humans in our finite emotional minds, we'll say, oh, that's a bad thing. It's terrible what happened. That earthquake killed all those people. But really, you don't know what those people's karma was. You don't know what they were caught up into. You don't know if they heeded the warnings. You know what I'm saying? But you want to be remorseful over the fallout. And I'm not saying you don't have to, you shouldn't be remorseful or you shouldn't feel some kind of way about, you know, some people being, you know, life being ended. What I am saying is, why would you judge a situation as a negative situation when it's just a natural process of the earth? You know what I'm saying? One thing I understand is being, you know, one that's one with the earth. You know, the earth tell you when it's gonna do something. It's gonna let you know if you in sync with it, if you one with it. It's gonna let you know if you need to vacate your premises. You need to get to higher ground, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, the ancients knew this. They knew when there was gonna be big shifts. They knew when, you know, where they may be living may end up underwater because of the change and the shifts in the earth, and earth going through its constant changes. And so they knew when to move because they basically studied the stars, and the stars told them, you know, I gave them all this information. Now, see, right now in our reality, we got stuff like this, YouTube and The media, social media, all these platforms to try to give us knowledge on what's going on with the earth, as opposed, like, we use these things as middlemen. And I cut all middlemen out of my life as much as I possibly can, and I go straight to the source. You know what I'm saying? So when I want to know what's going on with the earth, I go to the earth. I consult the earth. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people don't really understand that because they think the earth is just a rock floating in space, but it's got to be a living being. You can't exist in something that's not alive. Like, we're alive, and you see life coming from this. So how could this itself not be alive? So, right there alone, that argument is put to sleep or put to rest. So you already know that you are living on a conscious being floating in the cosmos, floating in space. You see what I'm saying? So, this being, when this being wants to make moves and do things, it lets its beings that are in touch with it, its earthlings that are in touch with it, know, like, yo, y'all need to get on. Like, if you see animals, right? You'll see a birds when it's like, say it's a storm coming, just watch the birds. A lot of times they get quiet first, and then you'll start seeing them flying the other way, or you might see them taking shelter. Even like in earthquakes, birds, and so they get gone. They don't hang around because they already sense the vibration before it actually hit, because they're one with the earth. They one with the vibrations of the earth. So as soon as they sense any anomaly through their senses, they gone. They like, oh, we gotta get out of here. It's some trouble over here. You know what I'm saying? We as humans we've turned that sense off in us because we rely on the system more to tell us things like this. So, this original topic is about, being positive, truly being negative. To me, being truly negative in the sense of evil, to me, is what everybody doing. Going along with this system, letting this system control them, tell them what to do, tell them what's up, tell them what's down. Like, this system programmed you with everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for people to even remove themselves from it and have any real bearing about their lives without having to be in it. You know what I'm saying? I say be in this system. They need to get all the information from the system. When I need to eat, the system tells them when to eat. The system tells them when to sleep. The system tells them they got to go to work. The system tells them they don't need to be with their family. They need to go and do something else for the system. You see what I'm saying? So that's, to me, true negativity. That's what I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around people who's connected to the mother, connected to this serpent energy and in this manifestation, and truly understanding positivity. See what I'm saying? Positivity comes from within. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm stop saying you know what I'm saying. I'm tough right now. I just want to be clear about my word, We got to be both positive and negative. You got to cater both internally. I ain't talking about exuding this on the outside. Sometimes you gotta put it on the outside. Sometimes you have to be negative on the outside to get somebody from around you. And we do it all the time. Like, this person ain't vibing on your vibration. You gotta turn it up and get them away from you. And they gonna deem it as you being negative. You gonna deem it as you being positive because you understand that I don't want you around me. So for me, this is a positive situation. I'm about to get something I don't want from around me. The person who's receiving it gonna look at it as a negative situation because they actually getting told they don't want them to be around no more. So that's gonna be a negative feeling for them. That's gonna be a bad feeling for them. But it's gonna be a good one for you because you got somebody that you didn't want from around you. So it's little stuff like that we gotta really become aware of. You gotta do both positive and negative in life to really understand, how to move properly. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this video down. Probably come back with something else. I'm just really pulling a lot of energy in right now. Really ain't ate much, ain't really slept much. So that means I'm vibrating a little bit higher because I don't have a lot of stuff in my body. And I've actually been meditating more, so that's why I don't really need a lot of sleep because my brain is recharged off the prana energy. So sleep is whatever. It's an illusion as well. So I might do a video on that. All right, y'all. Stay up. Stay blessed. Peace.